everyone. So this is our new meeting invite. So Teams from now onwards. So today we will discuss about the TMS Transport Management System. So SAP TMS here, Transport Management System here. So this is the very important concept to transfer the data from one system to and in a landscape. Suppose example you have the development, so quality, and you have the production systems you have in a landscape here. So as I mentioned here, we know developments, only the developments will happen. Then after that, we move the changes to the quality. Then how we move the changes to the quality? Via transport request. Via transport request, we move the changes to the system here. This is what we have here, right? Via transport request, we will move the changes to the target system here via transport request, right? That is the main important. So development to quality, quality to the production, we move the changes here. All right, that is the main thing here. So still, I think people are joining. So you can admit if anyone joining, just click on the right mark. Okay, so transporting the changes, object. Suppose developer done some code changes here. Then we will record the changes into the one transport request, one request. So that request we will move to the quality system here. Here they will perform the testing and everything. Once they confirm, again same request we will move to the production, the live transactional system here, the production system here, right? So in this way, development to quality, development to quality, quality to the production, the transactions will happen. So development to quality, quality to production, the transactions will happen here, right? This is the this is the way we can do the transporting the changes from development to quality, quality to production changes here, right? So in this case, as a basis consultant, we need to do the TMS configurations. Why? Because these configurations we have to set up and we need to do the imports here, right? Imports here. TMS, Transport Management System here. So suppose example, if you take the one best example, so when you go to the any one of the shopping mall or any one of the shop, so you will purchase something, right? You will purchase something here. So then immediately the shop owner will keep that item, that object into the one of the carry bag, right? The carry bag is called the request here. So through that carry bag, we will carry that to the our home, right? Same as like here, transport request is kind of a carry bag here. Transport request is kind of a carry bag here. Using that carry bag, we will move the changes to the development to quality, quality to the production systems here using the transport management system here. So here, TR is kind of a request. TR is like a transport request. It is a transport request. It is a some kind of carry bag in our language. So transport request is a kind of a carry bag here. Using this one, we will move the changes here. We will move the changes here, right? So this is the tool normally we use to manage the transporting the changes, updates, customization across the different SAP environments, development, testing, quality, production systems. We use it here, right? So customization, any changes that should be moved to the quality and production system here, right? So here, to perform these configurations, so out of these three systems, so and also 000 client, we have to use it to perform the changes here. Here, everybody should use the 000 client to perform the TMS configuration here. So here, there are the three different kind of activities we need to perform it here. The first TMS configuration we have to perform it. Then the next one is the transport request TR creation. Then TR import, TR import. importing the transport request here. So configuration basis team will take care of the responsibility. So here TR owner means development team, functional team will take care of the responsibility, and transport import is a basis team responsibility here. It's a basis responsibility to perform the TMS, the transport request import as well here. So this is the three different activities we have to perform in the TMS configuration. The first one is called the TMS configuration. So out of the three systems, one system we have to make it as a domain controller. As part of the configuration, the first configuration is the domain controller configuration. Domain controller configuration here. Right? This is the first configuration we have to discuss, domain controller. So what is domain controller means? Domain controller is the controller to control the changes, to control the systems in a landscape. We need a domain controller. So which means, so out of the, suppose example, you have the one branch in the Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Chennai location. Okay, three branches. In these three branches, one branch has a main branch, right? One branch has a main branch here. So in that case, so one branch has a main branch here, right? So that main branch, what that main branch will do? The main branch will control the all the sub branches, and it will limit the all the sub branches activities. It will control it here. That is called the controller, right? So in this way also, out of these three systems, suppose like you have the three systems, right? Development, quality, production systems. Out of these three systems, one system you have to make it as a domain controller. One system you have to make it as a domain controller. So that domain controller will control the changes in the other landscape here. The domain controller will control the changes in other, in the same landscape and same systems here, right? Domain controller is the controller to control the changes within the landscape. We need a domain controller. In that case, out of these three systems, one system you have to make it as a domain controller. Domain controller is down, transport movement will not be happen, changes will not be moved from one system to another system. So that is the reason. So we have to carefully, we have to choose the domain controller here. Normally, some people they will choose the production as a domain controller, or quality or development as a domain controller here. So most of the systems, so develop production as a domain controller. Why? Because production system will not be down. Why? Because it's always be accessible. So that's why. So production system as a domain controller here, right? Either we can change the D also or Q also. That is your wish. Depends upon the your organization's prefers, right? So to create the domain controller, what you have to do, you need to log into the log into the SAP system, respective SAP system with 000 client and with 000 user, any one of the 000 client and 000 user. Go to STMS, then provide the domain controller name is called the domain underscore SID. So here, so domain underscore SID, suppose like NW1, then this save it. Then so domain controller will be created. Simple. What is domain controller? To control the systems within the landscape, we need a one system as a domain controller. Why? Because that domain controller system will control the other systems and will manage the changes in a landscape here, right? That is the main. So how which system we have to make it as a means, that is your wish, either development or quality or production. Which system you are going to make as a domain controller, then you have to log into that system, then you need to perform these changes here. Suppose like example, so I will make it as a NW1 as a domain controller here. Then you need to log into the 000 client, right? Go to STMS. So normally here you see domain underscore ECD configured. So let's delete the configuration. Go to the extras and delete. So when we don't have the TMS configuration, just execute the STMS, then it will ask the so configure the transport domain controller first. So here we need to provide the domain underscore NW1 we have to provide. Suppose if you want to configure the ECD, then you need to log into the ECD system, then you need to provide the ECD system here. Here we are making as a NW1 as a domain controller. Then click on the save button here. Right. So then here, as part of this configuration here, as part of the domain control configuration here, so here there the by default configuration will be created here. Default configuration here. One is the user, right? That is the TMS ADM user here in a 000 client, right? In a 000 client. Then there the two RFC destinations will be created here, right? Two RFC destinations will be created here. One is the TMS ADM and so TMS SUP, TMS ADM SUP here. There is a one user, two RFC destinations, and one background job RDD, IMP, DP will be created by default. It will be created as part of this configuration, as part of the TMS configuration means. So you will get the this one user, one RF, two RFC destinations. See, one user is getting created. So then we need to provide the password of that user. Done. Right. So then see domain controller is created here. So then if you see here, there the two RFC destinations also will be created here. Right. If you go to the above systems here, so there are the RFC destinations here. Correct. TMS ADM, TMS SOP. They are the two RFC destinations will be generated automatically. Right. Two RFC destinations got generated here. Right. TMS ADM, TMS SOP here. This is a supplementary, means backup of the main here. Right. So these are the two RFC destinations are generated for each system. Right. So domain control configuration is done. Now, now next part is like how to add the other systems into controller here. How to add so other systems into domain controller. How to add other systems into domain controller here. Right. That is the main thing here. Right. So how to add other systems. How to add the other systems into the domain controller here. So in that case, also what we have to do it here, how to add the other systems also here. So we have to log in same. We have to log into the respective systems, then 000 DDIC user STMS, then so domain underscore, you need to provide the domain underscore NW1. Like whatever the system you made as a domain controller, other systems also you have to make the entries called the NW1 here. But because we are adding these other systems into the domain controller, so we have to provide the domain controller main branch ID, we have to provide it and save it. Then this system will be added and waiting for the approval here. Right. So if you see here, just to go to ST, so suppose like NW1 is done. So now let's go to the our ECD system here. Right. ECD system here 000 DDIC London 2024 here. Right. Here 000 DDIC London 2024, and once you log into the user ID and password, then just click on the STMS. Okay, same transaction code for the domain control configuration, same transaction code for the adding the systems into the so other configurations also here. Right. So then you need to execute the STMS transaction code here. Right. So STMS. So STMS transaction code for adding the systems. For configuring the domain controller, adding the domain controller means out of these three systems, one system you have to make it as a domain controller, right? Out of these three branches, one branch you have to make it as a main branch, right? So that's why you, for creation of the main branch, you need to log into that main branch system 000 DDIC STMS. Then that system SID you need to provide it here, save it. So in our case, NW1 as a domain controller, we made it, right? That is done. Then after that, how to add other systems, how to add the sub branches system. Why? Because now you made one branch, one system as a main branch, that is done, means domain controller. Then how to add other systems, then you have the development, quality, some other systems also there. How to add other systems into domain controller means, then why we have to add it? So we, all the sub branches we have to add into the main branch, then only main branch will control the other sub branches or other systems here, right? So then once you execute this one here, once you execute, so STMS, then just to delete the existing configuration. Why? Because someone already configured, I guess. So then it will ask the, so your NW1 domain controller details here. Otherwise, so go to the STMS here, then it will ask the, please provide the your ND. Why? Because your NW1 as a domain controller, right? Then it will take the automatically, it's taken the NW1 system details and everything here, right? So see here, here also user ID is creating. Then this is a ECD system. Then we are providing the domain controller name as the NW1 system. Then click on the OK save button here. Then one user is getting created, that is called the TMS ADM user, right? So TMS ADM user is created here. So this system is waiting to be included in the transport domain here. This system is waiting to be included in the transport domain here, which means, so an ECD system waiting for the approval from the our transport domain system here, right? So here what we have to do here, right? So you need to log into the NW1 system here, right? So go to the STMS, go to the systems here, right? System overview. So here see, so your NW1 system is there, ECD system waiting for the approval, waiting for the approval. The status is waiting for the approval here. So then go to the SAP system, click on the approve button, select the respective system, which system you are going to add it. Then click on the yes button. Then your ECD system is included in the, so transport domain of the NW1 system. Means sub branch is getting added into the main branch here, then added, right? Your system has been added in domain controller here, right? See, status is active, active. So up to date, up to date. So both are green here, which means your system has been added in the domain controller system here, right? So that is done. So this is the way, this is the way. So some here also, if you see here, here also two more RFC destinations here, except plus two, NW1 2 and ECD 2. Total four RFC destinations are created. The TMS ADM ECD, TMS ADM NW1, TMS ECD, TMS SUP and NW1. They are the four RFC destinations are created here, right? So there is a one user as well. If you go to the SE01, there is a TMS ADM user. There is a user also got created here. See, user also got created here, right? So this way we can create the users here. This way we can create the users. That is the main. So here as part of the configuration, automatically system automatically, so system created the, so two RFC destinations, one user and one background job as well here. That SM37 we can verify it here. So this is the procedure for the TMS configuration. TMS configuration here. right? So the first point, TMS configuration. As part of the TMS configuration, first we need to configure the domain controller. Domain controller is the controller to control the systems within the landscape. We need a domain controller, main branch. Sub branches we have to add it. Then the main branch will control the sub branches as well, right? This is the one thing here. So now, so the main branch you created, then other systems also you have added. So now other systems means you have added the, so ECD also you have added. So we have the two systems only. Let me add one more system manually, virtual systems. Go to the SAP system, click create virtual system. Virtual system means the system is not exist, even though we can create as a virtual system here, right? So virtual systems. So domain controller, you have to perform the configuration in the domain controller only, right? Domain controller only. You have to perform the configuration here. That is the main thing here, right? So then after that, just to go to the here, just to go to the here. Now TMS configuration is done. TMS, as part of the one TMS configuration is done. Domain controller configuration, adding the systems into domain controller. These two parts is done. Now the next one is currently transport routes and transport routes and transport layers here as part of the configuration, domain controller configuration, then adding the systems into domain controller. Then the next one is called the transport routes and transport layers here, transport routes and transport layers here, right? So transport routes, what is meant by transport routes here? Transport route means what? Road, right? Route means road. What we will do in on the road here, right? So the particular object will be transferred, right? What you do, there is a road from your city to the Hyderabad. Through that road, the vehicles will pass, right, on the road. Then on the vehicle, we have the objects, right? Same as like here. So through this road, the data transmission will happen. The data transmission will happen here, right? So here NW1 system, so we have the ECD system, we have the PRD system here, right? There are the three systems here. Here NW1 as a domain controller, then we added ECD systems into the here, this one into the here. So now we need to create the transport routes here. So there are the two types of routes are available in the SAP systems here, right? One is the consolidation system, consolidation. One is the consolidation route here. One is the consolidation route. So second one is the delivery route here. Consolidation delivery route here. Consolidation means the route between development to quality is called the consolidation. The route between the quality to production, final delivery we are giving, right? It is attached to the production, that is called the delivery route here. There are the two types of routes, and there are the two types of layers as well here. Layers transport, so layers here, there are two types of routes, two types of layers here. One is the SAP layer, second one is the ZSID layer. ZSID layer here. So what is mean by SAP layer means SAP standard objects will pass via this layer. SAP standard objects will pass via this layer here. Layer means lines on the road. On the road, we have the layers. Maybe if when you observe the national highways, right? So on top of the road, you have the lanes, right? So you have the three lanes or four lanes are available. So left side line is for small vehicles. So in the middle line, it says like two-wheelers in the left side, in the middle. So there is the unconformed, and so slow vehicles will go in the middle lane. In the right side line, so they are the high speed overtake vehicles will go high, like that. There are the transport rules, right? Same as like here in this transport also here. So SAP layer, means all SAP standard objects will go via this lane. So customization, ZSID means customization objects will go via this lane here. That is the difference here. SAP standard objects, this lane it will go, right? Customization, which are developed by our, so it will go to this one here, right? So here it is, here it will come here, right? In the here, the layers will come here in this part. One is the SAP layer, second one is the ZSID layer here, right? So here, to perform this configuration, we need to go to the 000 domain controller configuration. There the transport routes are available here. Here you can go to the transport routes here, right? Then let me delete first here. So go to the transport routes here. You will get the empty routes here, right? Just click on the display change button. Then go to the configuration. There is a standard configuration via the three systems in a group currently. So development system NW1, right? Quality system ECD, then production system PRD, right? So then you configured as a domain. So configuration is done here now, right? So you have done the configuration here. Now you see here, so NW1 to ECD, ECD to the PRD, the configuration is in place here, right? So here you see here, this is the consolidation route which is connecting between the NW to ECD here. From here, the testing will happen, then final delivery we are giving here. That's why this is called the delivery route here. That's why we are calling as a delivery route here. So this is called the delivery route, delivery. Finally, we are giving the deliveries here. So that's why it is called the delivery route here, right? So yeah, see here, so that just I zoom in here. So then NW1 to ECD, ECD to finally delivery we are giving here, right? There are the two types of layers here, right? One is the SAP layer. So all SAP standard objects, which is from development to quality. So then it will be go via this lane to here. But final either development of standard objects or customized objects via this any lane, finally it will go to the development system only here, and it will go to the your ECD system only here. So but the way of going here, the two-wheelers it will go via this lane and the four-wheelers will go via this lane. Finally everything will go to the destination, but the way it is going is the different here, right? That's why, so D to Q, Q to P here, right? So this is the TMS configuration landscape here. This is the TMS. So this is the TMS landscape configuration here, right? So this will come automatically. The routes layers will come automatically here, right? So here, just go to the systems. You will come to know how many systems are there in your landscape. Then if you go to the TMS routes here, transport routes here, it will come know. It will come to know. So okay, which system you will do the changes. Then after that, it will go to the which system. Then after that, it will go to the which system. So then finally it will giving the delivery on the production system. Then so you will do the development in the first system is called the NW1. Here the people will do the development here. Then once the development is done, then it will transfer to the your ECD system here. Then here the testing and everything will happen. Then finally the testing is successful. Finally we are giving the delivery to here. So this is the TMS configurations here, right? This is the way we need to perform the configuration in the SAP systems here, right? So let me reconfigure it again. Okay, just deleting the configuration again in the each system here. we'll reconfigure the, once again, we'll do the reconfiguration here. Okay, so go to the STMS, just delete the configuration here. So delete, done. Okay, so now see configuration is deleted in the both the systems here. Now what I will do here ECD I will make it as a domain controller. ECD I will make it as a domain controller here, right? Log into the ECD system, so not the NWD. Now I will reverse order, I will do it here, right? So log into the ECD, so STMS, okay. So then just to make it as a, so configure the new domain here, ECD system, domain underscore ECD, right? Just click on the save button. It is creating the user ID. So then just you can enter the password of the TMS ADM user, right? So then it will create the new domain here. Previously we configured NW1 as a domain controller. Now ECD we are giving the domain controller in the ECD system here. Then main branch we made it as a, so domain controller here. Now we'll go to the, now we will go to the, now we will go to the NW1 system. We will add NW1 system into, so ECD system, right? So ECD system, it automatically it will came. Click on the save button here. Then provide the password of the TMS ADM user here. Provide the password of the TMS ADM user here. So then system is waiting to be included. Then go to the domain controller system here, right? List of systems here, right? So select the NW1 system. Why? Because ECD is the master now, main branch. Now sub branch is PR, NW1. You're adding NW1 to the sub branch here. Select it here. Go to the SAP system. Click on the approve button here. Then means you are approving to add NW1 into your domain. You are approving here. So that is doing, that is accepting. You are accepting the system here. Done. So here you can see your NW1 system is included in the transport domain here, right? It is included here, right? So now see here, both the systems are added into the transport domain. Both the systems ECD and NW1 added into the transport domain here. So now we need to configure the transport routes here once it is added, right? So then you can configure it. Suppose you want to add the some other systems also in the landscape, means click on the create the virtual system, which is not exist, but virtually logically it is exist here. There is no physical entry, just for dummy system purpose we can create the PRD system you created here, right? So it is done. Done. So this is done here, right? So now this is done here, right? You can see NW1 ECD VRD, this is done here. So now suppose I want to ECD as a development system, then it should come first, means first of all you need to go to the here, then you need to go to the change mode here, then go to the standard configuration, three systems in your landscape. ECD is my development system, NW1 is quality, PRD is PRD. Then if you just change it here, automatically the system configuration will be changed here. You see, system configuration got changed here. ECD, all the changes will come from development to quality. Here that say the testing and everything will happen. Then we will move the changes to the our production system here. Production system here. That is the main thing here, right? It got changed here, right? You see, it got changed here, right? So there are the two types of layers. ZSID and SAP layer here. Then finally we are giving the delivery here. That is the main thing of the, so final changes here, right? And one more thing here, right? NW1 ECD PRD here, right? That is done. So now next one is like a, right? So now, so transport routes done, transport layers are done. So DMS domain controller configuration is done, adding the systems into the domain controller. All the cases you need to use the 000 of the systems, and you have to triple zero client you have to use it here. Any one of the user triple zero client you have to use to perform the changes here, right? So that is the TMS configuration here, the part one. Then part two is like a configuring the systems, configuration of the system, creation of the transport request, adding the objects and release, right? This and all the things
Sir,
comes under
one
the,
question.
yes.
Sorry, I think I missed out. What is the difference, SAP layer and the two layers, sir? ZS.
Yeah, you missed it out. So that is explained here. So SAP layer. So it's a SAP standard objects will go via this layer. ZSAD layer means our customized objects, which means which are developed by our development team. Those objects will go via this layer to the your respective target system here.
Okay. The changes, whatever we did, that will go
Yes,
via Z layer. Okay.
right, right. So that this layer here, but both the intention is to move the changes to the target system here. The target system means your NW1 system here. So the changes will happen in the development. Then after that, it will go to the quality. Then quality to then production. It will go. While going to production, we don't need any layers here. Why? Because here testing will happen. Then safely via delivery route, it will deliver to the your production system here.
Okay. Thank you.
Uh, Sir, what
Sir,
we have.
one question, sir.
Yes, please.
We have to use only DDIC user, or we can use any other user also?
000, any user, if you know, you can use it.
Okay, sir.
But 000 only DDIC we have or SAP star we have, right? Normally we use those users only. So why? Because in the business clients we have the more users and you have own user. 000 client you have the limited users, right? So but if you have already there is different user already exist, you can use the different user also. But that should be exist in the 000 client.
Okay, sir.
Sir,
But for the initial configuration, it should be 000.
Yeah, 000. All the TMS configurations, we have to TMS configurations means adding the systems into domain controller and domain control configuration, transport routes, transport layers, this and all the things in the 000 client only.
Okay.
000 is the master client. If you do it in the this master client, it will affect to the all the clients. So that's the reason. So we have to do it in the 000 client only.
Okay. Thank you.
sir, we have added that virtual PRD system. So, can we perform any business on that?
No. So we have only two systems, right? Currently in our landscape, we have only two systems. So ECD and NW1 system. So suppose like two systems also we can add it, we can create the TMS configuration. But so any real-time systems, we have the three systems actually. In the real time, we should have the three systems. So that's why even though we don't have the PRD system, just we created as a virtual. So which means just virtually the system is exist, but there is no physical entry. Just for dummy system, we created as a PRD. So which means this system don't have the any instance number, any host name, nothing. Just it's a virtually system as part of the TMS configuration. Just a dummy system we created as a configuration. Sir, without this one, can it possible? Yes. Without PRD also, just to delete it, then we can just do two systems, we can make it as a one system, they will make the changes, then it will go to the NW1 system. So that is also we can perform it. So but in the real time, you have the three systems, right? So that's why I just added a one dummy entry virtual system creation, and we mapped it here like this. This is a
Sir,
standard.
can you say the how to add the real system in production? Like this is a virtual system we have added and you have shown the
same
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 procedure.
same Same question means you know, right, how to add the other systems into the domain controller, how to add the other systems into domain controller 000 and DDIC, then STMS, then provide the domain underscore, whatever the domain controller here you have, you need to provide that one, you need to save it. That's it. This is the procedure. Same procedure. How to add the other systems means in the other systems in the place of like you can make it like a quality system, regression system, production systems, any systems will come. That's why we we made as a like it's other systems into the domain controller. Other systems like any.
Okay, sir.
Suppose like production, tomorrow production you created, then go to the production system, then go to the STMS, then just it will ask the domain controller name, provide the domain underscore SID, then it will be created.
Okay, got it, sir.
Okay. So yeah, I think you can do the practice. This configuration important. Then tomorrow we'll discuss about the part 2, like how to create the transport request, how to import it, means how to move the changes from one system to other system here. So creation of the request is development, but our part is also important here. This is the one-time configuration, TMS configuration. During the system build, people will perform the TMS configuration, they will ignore it. Then so same configuration will survey for the long durations, so that we can only do the imports, transport request import. Why? Because developments will happen on the daily basis, imports we will do the on the daily basis here. So that is the very important for us. TMS configuration is the one time configuration. Only you need to know here how to configure the domain controller, how to configure the how to add the systems into domain controller here, transport routes, transport layers. These 4 parts you should be remember here, right? And what are the things will be created as part of the configuration. So those things also very important. One user, 2 RFC destinations for each system. For each system, we are performing the TMS configuration. So one user, 2 RFC destinations, one background job in SM37 that will be created here. If you go to the SM37, just type RTD and MPTP. So then you will see the systems here. You will see the one job here. Yeah, they will see the one job is released status here. That is the main thing. Okay, so just to practice it, and we'll see tomorrow in the next one.
Sir, one more question. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sir, can we create more than one layer, or it has to be just two
only
layer
one layer. Layer should be the standard one. Means if you have the multi-landscape systems, maybe 2 developments, that time we can create the multiple layers.
Okay,
Means
for this,
suppose
for
like
the
some customers, they have the multiple landscapes, N landscape, N plus landscape, support landscape and project landscape. The sub project landscape also they have the one development, and support landscape also they have the one more development. In that case, definitely 2 systems, then multi layers we can create it.
like let's say sandbox. If there is a sandbox, there should be another layer.
Yes, if you think like sandbox as a you are using as a some developments, then we can make it as a one sandbox as a development layer as well here. But in a landscape, only one system should be in the development, not more than systems, right? So the systems which are attaching from development, that is like a layers. Layers will come from the developments only here. If you see here, we go to the STMS here. So this layers. So development only. Why? Because all the developments here happening. Sandbox will you do the development? No, right? Only development will do
Yeah.
the development. So we have only one layer here. Suppose like you have the one more landscape, like this is a support landscape. Some people there is a project landscape here. You have the one more landscape, there is a one more development system is there, then one more layer will come into the picture.
Is dolphin? What is dolphin, sir? Do you have
Where?
dolphin PTS? Like there's another layer. Dolphin.
Dolphin, where it is? Here?
No, not in here. I'm just I'm seeing somewhere else. I see there's another layer which says dolphin. One is SAP, the other one is transport layer, and the other one says dolphin. So I don't know what
No,
is that.
where you are seeing here in the SAP system or your SAP systems?
No, in our SAP system.
In your SAP systems, right? That is the different means that is the maybe some dolphin layer.
Yeah, dolphin PTS. I don't know what is that. Another layer. It says
Send me the
it doesn't.
screenshot. I will tell you what is that exactly.
Okay, I'll send
Here
it.
it is. They have created. Yeah,
Okay, so no problem.
but that is the standard. This is the standard configuration.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, that's it.